All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and our elders of a great millstone at Ruwell. Peace and blessing and many salutations to you elect Akyam across the four winds of this earth, kicking this word in sincerity and in truth. I'm the brother Sha'ar from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming at you all with another lesson through the Spirit and Lord within us edifying. One of the brothers posted this in our chat, what you're looking at, okay? And as you see here, it says end time headlines. Now this is the so-called Christian church, all right? And this is what they said. This virus has caused enough damage. It's time for the church to rise up and command it to go back to hell in which it came from. And it says coronavirus infected 120,000 people, postponed a dozen sports leagues, plummeted the stock market, canceled thousands of events. All right, so it's painting this picture of the coronavirus in a negative light, saying that it had done all these multiple things. And they're using these as examples, the NBA being postponed, people dying, the stock market plummeting, events being canceled. They're using that as justification for the church to command this virus to go back to hell where it came from. All right, and this is the mindset of these Christians. And it makes so much sense why we constantly say these Christians are bugged out. Okay, because if you truly believe in the scriptures and you truly trust in the words that's written within these scriptures, not only are you going to root for this virus to continue to devour and consume, but you're going to root for a whole lot more things, because at the end of the day, these things have to come to pass in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established. But that goes to show you that these Christians don't want the kingdom of heaven on the planet Earth. They want this place to continue to run on forever. That's why they're using these examples as it's postponed these sports leagues, it's plummeted the stock market, it's canceled 1,000 events. They don't like the fact that the merch of this place is going down, because they love to live comfortably here in America and also the rest of the world where they're at. Okay. Now, I want to tackle a few points here in this what they said here in this post. Okay. It says this virus has caused enough damage. It's time for the church to rise up and command it to go back to hell in which it came from. These people don't understand that this is sent by the Heavenly Father. All right. The scriptures talk about how the Lord is going to send plagues and pestilences here within these last days. And these plagues and pestilences are used to shake the wicked up. All right. For the great pride, their lack of fear. Okay. And a number of other things and ways that they live that displeased the Heavenly Father. Okay. This virus here is a mere example. All right. And it's only the beginning of something major that's to come. But this virus here is the start of something huge. And if you consider yourself to be a follower of Yahweh Shai, you should want this to go forward, because this is prophecy getting pushed. Okay. But we ultimately see who are those that truly serve the Lord and fear the Lord, and who are those that don't. Because if you truly serve the Lord and fear the Lord, you're not going to worry about the stock markets and these canceled events and the NBA being postponed and people die. Okay. The scriptures tell you, matter of fact, I'm going to read this here in Jeremiah, the 28th chapter. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Okay. So if you consider yourself to be a follower of the Lord, okay, because you have a lot of these people in these churches that claim to be prophets as well, you're going to really root for this thing. All right. You're going to want it to continue to devour and consume these people. Okay, because that's what the prophets were out here telling you. They were telling you that there were going to be pestilence, wars, famines, and such. Okay, a prophet ain't going to be out here trying to curse and command for a plague to go back where it came from. That wasn't the mindset of Moses and Aaron. That wasn't the mindset of those men when those plagues had came into Egypt. Okay, Moses wasn't telling those plagues to go back. Moses told Pharaoh that these plagues were going to come if you don't let the people go. And of course, lo and behold, Pharaoh didn't let those people go, so those plagues came and they devoured as Moses said that would happen. Ultimately, what the Heavenly Father said was going to happen. Okay? And they said that they want to, in this church, all right, these guys say that they should all come together and pray that this virus goes back to hell. Guess what? This virus didn't come from hell. The word hell ultimately goes to the word grave. This virus ultimately, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, the thought of this virus, the existence of this virus came from the heavens. This was all sent from the heavens. This is what the Heavenly Father had ordained, and he had given power to his son, Yahushua, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, to send this plague. Okay? Hey, the scriptures say, matter of fact, let me get it. I believe it's in Proverbs, the 4th chapter. This is Proverbs 4 and 20. Hold on. No. Salaki, one sec. That's not it. Hey, if somebody can post it on the comment board, that would be a pa. I'm trying to find it, but for some reason it's not pulling up. But the scriptures say the issues of life and death are in the hands of the Lord. Okay, and best believe this coronavirus, this plague here, is an issue. Okay, and this issue was sent from the heavens. All right, and as I had made mention earlier, going into Yahushua, all this power was given to Yahushua to do these things, man. Okay, I'm going to read this here in Revelation, the 1st chapter, and I'm going to start at verse 17. Okay, and this is the vision that the prophet John the evangelist, all right, John the Revelator had. So this is Revelation 1 and 17. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. Okay, so when when John had seen Yahushua in this vision, he was so much in fear and dread, all right, in shock, that he felt like he wanted to pass out. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, fear not, I am the first and the last. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. Check this out. I have the keys of hell and of death. And what does that ultimately go into? Okay, when you go into this word keys here in the Greek, that word is kleis.
Strong's G 2807, kleis. Kleis.
And when you go into it, it says a key. Since the keeper of the keys had the power to open and shut, it says metaphor in the New Testament to denote power and authority of various kinds. Okay, so this charge had been given unto Yahushua. Okay, so when you see this death coming forth, these people dying, these plagues coming forth, and best believe there's going to be a lot more plagues and judgments that's going to happen. That's going to make people think the coronavirus is bad. That's going to make them cringe. The coronavirus is nothing but light work to the Heavenly Father. The coronavirus is something very light and very simple compared to everything else that's getting ready to come. And part of me really thinks that the coronavirus is really a hoax, that Esau plans on doing something bigger. But the prophecies did say that pestilence was going to come. So either or, this is all sent from the Heavenly Father. Okay? And Yahushua had been given dominion over these type of things. So within that article, those people said the church needs to come together and condemn this coronavirus back to hell. Well, you're completely at variance with the so-called power that you serve. And that goes to show you that Jesus is a completely different entity than the Son of the Most High within the scriptures, whose real name is Yahushua. That's a complete different entity than the true Son of God. Okay, because Christians will look at Jesus and say that Jesus doesn't how can I word this? That Jesus doesn't condone this. All right, but again, that's at complete variance with what the scriptures say. All right, you remember in Exodus the 12th chapter. All right, I'm gonna get it, but it goes into how the Lord had sent the destroyer, okay, to destroy all the firstborn sons of the Egyptians. and everybody else who didn't have their doorposts and their lintels, all right, wiped with that blood of the Lamb. Okay, and if you can receive it, that destroyer is Yahushua. That destroyer is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And just as Yahushua had destroyed those firstborn sons, he's coming back in a very similar fashion. The only difference is it's not going to be just the firstborn son, but he's coming to destroy in general with the angels. Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12. And let me see here. This is Exodus chapter 12, starting at verse 21. And it reads, Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. Now, this is actually something physically that we had to do back then. And also, too, I will say it's the spirit that we're still in the Passover right now. Okay, we're still in the Feast of Sweet Bread, or the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And you see all these things taking place. They're talking about America being quarantined. All right. So these people that aren't covered with the blood of Yahushua got a very rude awakening coming. Okay. But when you read this here, this was instruction that was given unto the children of Israel. This was instruction that was given unto them so they would be preserved in that day when the destroyer came. All right. So it says, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And who's the modern day Egyptians right now? That's starting with Esau, Edom. All right. These Americans out here are the modern day Egyptians. All right. 2/3 of our own people can fall into this category too, because they've joined league with this society. They've made a covenant with death. They've made a covenant with the Egyptians. Okay. So best believe back then, if you didn't have that blood on your doorposts and your lintels, you was going to receive that same judgment that was given unto the Egyptians. Okay. And you look at it spiritually today. What's the blood of the Lamb right now? That's the blood of Yahushua. And what's the modern day doorpost? The modern day doorpost in the lintel is your mind. So the Lord is going to get ready to take these people. And if you don't have that blood covering you, you through. Okay? If you don't have that blood covering you, you through. You're done. Okay? That's why King David said, when you read it in the book of Psalms, the 51st chapter, he said, purge me with hyssop, that I may be clean. Wash me that I may be white as snow. And what do we have to use back then? Okay, what do we have to use? We was commanded to use hyssop and dip it in the blood of the basin and strike the lintel and the two side posts, which your lintel goes into your mind spiritually. Okay, and if you don't have that blood, if you're not covered by that blood, if you don't have that spiritual mark, which is that token, that tawa'ah, as the scriptures say, you're going to be taken within these devices. You're going to be taken by these plagues that's to come. Okay. That's why we trust and believe, man, that the Lord is going to keep us protected when all this stuff comes, because he promised us. Just like back then, as I'm reading in Exodus, the 12th chapter. Okay. He promised that those Israelites were going to be good. Okay. And best believe what had taken place back then in ancient Egypt was only a small inkling of what's getting ready to take place right here in America. And also various parts of the planet Earth. Of course, we understand the main judgment is going to be in America, because that's Mystery Babylon. That's the place that's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, as you read about it in the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, and then the 8th verse. Okay, so let's jump back to Exodus chapter 2, verse 23. It says, For the Lord will pass through and smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door. Okay, it said the Lord will pass over the door. It will not suffer the destroyer to come unto your houses to smite you. And who's the destroyer, man? Yahushua is the destroyer. The Lord had given Yahushua the keys of death. Yahushua has power over this. He's been given the keys of death and hell. And when you go into that word hell, that word just means the grave. Because who conquered death? Yahushua did. Yahushua had received dominion over these things. So best believe when you see these people dying, when you see these NBA players getting sick, these different actors and actresses getting sick, the stock market plummeting down to 21,000, these are things that were already set up and ordained by the Lord. And Yahushua had received control over these things. All things were given unto the Son, which is Yahushua, who is the destroyer. Okay, so yeah, you damn Christians are bugged the hell out, man. And it's funny, really, when you sit back and look at it, because it's truly showing you who the true believers are and who aren't the true believers. And it's obvious that you all in Christianity aren't true believers. Okay? No understanding on what's taking place. They want to live on in America and be comfortable here. That shows you Christianity is just a farce. It's just justification for them to continue to live wickedly in their lives and use Jesus as that scapegoat to do whatever the hell you want to do. Well, the Lord has other program in mind. The Lord has something else in mind. All right. And he's executing his promise. He's executing the words that he had promised were going to come to pass. That's why the scriptures say, my words shall not return unto me void. Okay. The Heavenly Father is allowing this to execute because it was written. Okay. So, hey, man, just want to say this as an exhortation real quick. You brothers stay prayed up. Okay. Let's stay in the spirit. And just real talk, as one of the brothers has said it in the chat earlier, man, we ain't perfect, but damn it. We ain't perfect, but damn it, we doing more than everybody else. And that's going to count for something, especially if you're doing it in sincerity and in truth, you know. But I'm going to end this lesson off on that. I didn't intend on being too long, but through the spirit, when I saw this post here, it sparked me to do a lesson on it. Okay, so I'm going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing and many salutation to you, elect Akyam, across the four winds of this earth, kicking this word of sincerity and in truth. And if somebody could, Baba Kashal, put that precept in the comment board. The issues of life and death are in the hands of the Lord. And if I find it, Lord's will, I'll post it in the comment board. Okay? Shalom. Stay strong. Stay solid. Keep fighting.